Today I'm reading a book.
Today you're reading a book?
Yes.
What book are you reading?
Monkey.
Okay, let me see. Show me. Sweet Dreams, Curious George. Let's read with Neon. Sweet Dreams, Curious George.
Can you?
Yeah, let's read.
Mom. It's Mommy.
This is George. George is a good little monkey and always very curious. Today he's curious about a library book that his friend the man with the yellow hat brought home. George sat down to look at the book. There was a yellow chick on the cover pointing up to the sky. This made George even more curious. He brought it to the man with the yellow hat. Why don't we wait until after dinner, George asked his friend. Then we can read it as a bedtime story. George wanted to read the book, but he was feeling hungry and dinner did smell delicious. After dinner, it was bath time. A nice warm bath is just what a monkey needs after a long day. George played with his rubber ducky and little toy boat until it was time to get out. His friend held out a fluffy towel with a hood that looked like a chick. That made George think of his new library book, Chicken Little. George put on his pajamas and hopped into bed. He couldn't wait to hear the story. This is the story of Chicken Little, said the man with the yellow hat. I think you're going to like this one, George. George did like it. Poor Chicken Little thought the sky was going to fall. And then lots of other animals thought it would too. Thank goodness the sky didn't actually fall. Little monkeys like happy endings. It seemed like the perfect bedtime story. One day, Chicken Little was scratching for food when an acorn fell from a tree and hit her head. That is until George woke up in the middle of the night. He had had a terrible dream that the sky really was falling. George was scared. His friend came to see what the matter was. George pointed to the book and then to the ceiling. Don't worry, George, it was just a dream, said his friend. The sky isn't really going to fall. Let's try to relax and get back to sleep. First, the man with the yellow hat brought him a cup of warm milk. Yum, yum, yum. Warm milk always makes me feel sleepy, George. It seemed to be working for George too. Until, oh no, the warm milk spilled all over the place. Oh my goodness, what a mess. After cleaning the mess, his friend got another book to read. The story was about a train that had to race along the tracks to deliver a special package to a little girl. It was very exciting. Yeah. Kids love exciting stories. George was even more wide awake than before. Oh my goodness. Maybe a song will help, said the man with the yellow hat. Lie down in bed and I'll sing to you. George tried to rest. He really did, but the song was pretty catchy. First, he tapped his toes slowly. Tap, 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 tap. Then his whole body wanted to dance. Dance, 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 dance. He got up and bounced on the bed. Bounce, 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 bounce. Said his friend. I wish I knew why you can't sleep tonight. George stopped dancing. He pulled out the book, Chicken Little, and then pointed to the ceiling again, frowning. Are you still worried that the sky is going to fall? His friend asked. George nodded. He just couldn't get the dream out of his head. Said his friend, I have an idea. Why don't we take the telescope outside to look at the stars and make sure the sky is still way up where it should be? George liked that idea so much that he leaped right out of his bed. It was chilly outside, but it was very nice to be out in the dark of the night too. The stars were still up in the sky, far, far away. The man with the yellow hat set up the telescope and showed George how to look through it. When George looked through the telescope, the stars looked quite near. He could even see planets. Near, far, near, far. He looked through the telescope many times. It was like magic. Have you looked through a telescope before? I haven't yet. I hope I do sometime soon. See, George? Asked his friend. The stars are just where they should be. That sky doesn't look like it's falling, does it? George shook his head with a smile. No. The man with the yellow hat even had a chart with something called constellations on them. Pictures in the stars. George loved looking for the constellations so much that he completely forgot about his bad dream. But it was so late. George yawned. I think it's time for both of us to go to sleep, George, said his friend, leading him back into the house. By the time they got back to George's room, he was very tired. His friend gave him a hug and tucked him in tightly. Good night, George, said the man with the yellow hat as he was about to close the door. George cuddled his teddy bear for a minute and then started to fret again. Not again, George, just a teeny bit about the sky falling. He hopped out of his bed and opened his curtains so that he could see the stars and the sky right where they should be. As the starlight streamed into his bedroom, George snuggled down deep into his blankets and fell asleep. Zzz. Sweet dreams, George. Zzz. The end. Thank you so much for reading with us tonight. We love you. Stay blessed and enjoy your day. Good night. Bye-bye. Start. Wow. Today, start.
Today,
We are reading a book. What book are you reading? Sweet Dreams. Here's George. Yes. Sweet.
I'm reading the monkey.
You're reading the book?
No,
Sweet
I'm
Dreams.
reading the monkey.
Yeah, here's George's monkey. Sweet Dreams, here's George.
George.
Yeah. Can you show the book?
Mom,
Yes.
that's the George.
That's George.
That's not the George.
What is it? What is it? Sleep time? Yeah. And now it's time for Neon to go to sleep. Let's go to sleep, Neon. Why? What's happening? What's happening?
My Sophie, I got it home.
He's sleeping in his bed. He's
Mom.
got a stuffy. Where is the stuffy? Where is
Here.
Nojo? Nojo is in your bed. Go get Nojo. Go get your Nojo now. Let's read. Go get Nojo. The stuffy is in your bed. Go get it. Yeah. Let's read together with Neon. Sweet dreams, Curious George. This is George. George is a good little monkey and always very curious. Today, he's curious about a library book that his friend, the man with the yellow hat, brought home. George sat down to look at the book. There was a yellow chick on the cover pointing up to the sky. This made George even more curious. He brought it to the man with the yellow hat. Why don't we wait until after dinner, George asked his friend. Then we can read it as a bedtime story. George wanted to read the book, but he